Quietly erasing Indian culture. I can absolutely believe that. I can absolutely believe that.
Woke means. It means you're a loser. Everything woke.
It starts with Trump. I'm like, okay, yep, I'm okay with this one. I'm okay with this one.
Turns to shit, okay? It's true.
सिर्फ 2024 में ही जनरेशन
Get the subtitles.
Yeah, I'm gonna need these.
जी के 78% से अधिक युवाओं ने माना कि उनके सांस्कृतिक विचार परिवार या परंपरा से नहीं बल्कि सोशल मीडिया से बनते।
Again, I've said this before. Like, the amazing thing, like in the past 10 years, Moody has basically pushed a lot of promise into India. The issue is everyone now has a cell phone. Everyone now has internet access. Everyone now watches what the US does and their poisonous mindset. I said in like 5 to 10 years, the what is it, Gen Alpha, you said it was called?
Yeah.
A very oxymoron kind of name. Yeah, they are going to be so ruined.
Stupid.
Yeah, because they're not going
Say
to know
the
anything.
word.
They're not going to understand anything. They're going to be the type of cult mindset where they're told something by someone they like, and they'll believe it flat out without even doing any research themselves. That's just what's going to happen. It's going to happen way too quickly in India.
Well,
दुनिया
because
भर में
a
एक
lot
अजीब
of
सा बदलाव-
people think that following traditions, like old traditions, and wearing traditional clothes is a sign of oppression nowadays. And I'm like, how are you relating your traditions, your culture with oppression? But that's the thing. The more they see the Western society, the more they want to adopt that into their lifestyle, and the more they feel like doing things the old way is like, you know, not a way to live your life.
Yeah.
And so, like you've seen the kids these days compared to how they were before. Like, it's completely changed. They look like models, and they look so much older as compared to their age because they're using makeup products.
Yeah, it's the makeup,
They're
like-
wearing the clothes,
Well-
adult clothes.
Well, you remember, like, my friend worked at a McDonald's that was near a high school, and he started feeling disgusted because he couldn't tell the girls that were coming in. He was thinking they were in their 30s. He had no clue they were in, like, I think it would be 10th standard. Basically, he had no clue because their hair was done, their nails were done, they were dressing very provocatively, all their face was completely done, everything, absolutely everything. And he felt disgusted. He was like, dude, it was like, yeah, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. That stuff shouldn't be known for a while.
Yep.
Especially dressing provocatively. That's
Yeah.
honestly something that, again, some women, like,
But some women see it as a sign of woman empowerment. The less they wear, the more empowered they feel. And
yeah. Again, because it's pushed by the West.
yeah.
It's pushed
Like my
by
mother,
the West.
my mother always says that thing. It's in Hindi. It's like, eat what you.
Just say it in Hindi.
पहनो वो जो लोगों को अच्छा लगे और खाओ वो जो आपको अच्छा लगे. So it basically says, eat what your body feels like eating, what you want to eat, and dress how people would accept you as dressing. What will be the like normal for the public eye, not provocative, not, you know, anything that would make you stand out in a wrong way.
Yeah.
Because, okay, there was like this case. I don't want to go into details, but it was a wedding. And, you know, women wear different clothings in wedding. And me, I always wear like oversized clothes and everything.
Too much.
I don't want to wear something that would attract attention. So I was wearing like a coat. A traditional like a coat with embroideries and stuff, and one of the girls there was wearing a sari, and she has a really like a deep neck and whatever, and all the men in the wedding were constantly talking about it. They even talked with her father about it, her mother about it, and at the end she was like crying about it, and she was like, oh, how primitive is their mindset, blah blah blah. But the thing is, she went to a wedding at a rural place with rural people, and she was expecting them to be okay with the way that she's
No.
dressing. And
No.
like, no, You have to decide how you're wearing certain, like you wouldn't go to Dubai and wear short skirts and expect it to be okay. No, you'll be arrested there.
Yeah, that's like going to a church dressed as a prostitute. That's
Yeah.
just disrespectful, and everyone's gonna judge you for it. You
Yeah,
don't do this stuff.
You know where you're going,
Yeah.
so might as well be respectful.
Yeah.
Like nobody cares what you wear at the house, but
Yeah,
when
it-
you're out in public, you have to dress a certain
Yeah,
way.
I'm sure in Goa it would have been perfectly fine there. More of a free love city. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
लाभ हो रहा है
I'm not gonna lie, our cat has a screen time too.
It's the only way to calm the cat down sometimes.
I give him a phone for like 5 minutes where he like tries to catch the mice on the screen, and then I'm like, okay, that's enough screen time for you.
Yeah, giving these kids phones.
क्योंकि अब संस्कृति हिंसा से समाप्त नहीं होती, वह रिप्लेसमेंट के माध्यम से समाप्त की जाती है। पिछले 5 वर्षों में भारतीय त्योहारों को पिछड़ा बताने वाले हैशटैग असामान्य रूप से बढ़े हैं।
Yep.
ये सब एक रात में नहीं हुआ। यही वह संकट है जिसकी चेतावनी समर्थ गुरु रामदास ने आज से 350 वर्ष
What's funny is social media has done in like 5 years in India what the British Empire couldn't do in 200.
Yep.
Radicalize the children. It's that honestly, you Britain could never completely radicalize and change the minds of the kids because they still respected their parents. Phones and social media has completely destroyed them. And it's only going to get worse. It also makes men numb to the women allure. Yes, social media is awful.
पहले दी थी। मराठाओं के लिए उनका संदेश था अखंड सावधान, सतत और स्थायी सजगता। केवल सेनाओं के विरुद्ध नहीं, बल्कि उन विचारों के विरुद्ध जो आपकी सभ्यता की रीढ़ को धीरे-धीरे विनष्ट कर देते हैं।
Those trans festivals.
आज उस खतरे का एक नाम है, वोकनेस।
Wokeness.
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 Just remember, I like wearing the anklets,
Yeah.
and like every time, like I would always wear that. I don't wear it right now, but and everywhere I would go, like the girls would look at me all weird and be like, "Oh, why are you wearing that? Oh, why are you wearing that? That's something that old ladies wear." I'm like,
So?
well, what do you mean, old ladies? When you're like a baby, they give you like baby anklets too. I still have those with me, and I've always liked those. So I'm like, well, I'm not asking you why you're wearing this type of dress or why your hair is like this or why you're wearing makeup.
Yeah.
So why are you judging me on that? But they consider anklet, since it's an old way of dressing, to be an oppression and a sign that I'm not modern enough. And I'm like, well,
you're
screw
not a
you.
modern woman.
Oops.
Like I've always found like people's fashion sense ridiculous. Again, I don't have fashion sense. I wear this hat to work. I wear it. I have this hat. I've worn this hat for over 10, almost close to 15 years now. I've basically worn this hat, and I have various different versions of this hat because it's just what I do. I like wearing t-shirts. I like wearing jeans. I know what I like, and of course, my penguin of a wife always wants to see me in a button-down shirt. I hate button-down shirts. I hate them. So I'm not gonna care to put them on unless I'm going somewhere
I
that
like
needs it.
silver more than gold, and people were complaining that I'm not making many gold jewelry for the wedding. And I'm like, well, I'm probably never gonna wear any of those things again, so what's the point? But that's the thing. They consider those things to be, women empowerment rather than you having good mindset and good character.
Well, that's the thing. Is like the West has really poisoned that mindset of like what is women empowerment. Well, it's women selling their pictures online. That is women empowerment. It's being a booby streamer. That is women empowerment. I mean, that's completely against what it is. And I work for the government. Yeah, they allow me to wear an ace hat. Well, actually, they don't allow me. I went in wearing an ace hat for my interview, and I've never taken it
You
off.
stayed with it. Yeah. Like if it wasn't for wearing the shoes, I would still wear the anklets, but they hurt when you're wearing shoes, so I have to take them off.
Yeah. Yeah. Ask them what makes them look modern. A Labubu.
Yeah.
Well, 6 months prior to the Labubu, it would have been
The Stanley Cup?
The Stanley Cup, yeah.
Ugh.
Stanley Cup craze, the Labubu craze, and there's going to be something next very soon.
वोकनेस भारत में नहीं जन्मी। ये अमेरिका में नस्लीय न्याय आंदोलन के रूप में शुरू हुई, विश्वविद्यालयों पर हावी हुई और 2018 तक एक वैश्विक ऑनलाइन विचारधारा बन गई। 2020 के बाद भारत में इसका प्रसार तेजी से बढ़ा।
I think COVID ruined most of the things.
It wasn't COVID. So, like...
Well, COVID happened. Everybody was in their house. They had nothing to do except scroll, scroll, scroll. So it just became a huge, huge thing.
Yeah. But it just expedited what was going to happen in a few years.
Yep.
What would have probably taken 10 to 20 years ended up taking only like 2 because everyone was trapped indoors. And instead of developing a hobby or learning to just deal with like doing things themselves.
Or do online courses.
Yeah, do online courses, do further educate themselves. They just spent all their time on their phone. I mean, heck,
do hobbies.
Yeah, me, I was creating YouTube videos. I was watching movies, doing reviews. I was just doing what I enjoy to do, as well as
I was
working.
reading novels. not as creative, but okay.
I was also working during that time, but I did what I had to do. And I'm not much of a social person anyway.
इकोनॉमिकल पैट्रियार्की जैसी खोजें और अमेरिकी एकेडमिक कंटेंट की बढ़ती खपत ये इम्पोर्टेंट नैतिकता है जिसे बिना भारतीय संदर्भ समझे भारतीय पहचान में फिट कर दिया गया है।
My husband is very patriarchal that way. अगर मैंने कपड़े
What do you
पहने
mean?
Very patriarchal. Oh.
I lost 20 to 30% of my knowledge in COVID, but it's good for you as that you learned 20 to 30%.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, COVID was just like so stupid.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Is like there were those people who took advantage of that time to further themselves.
Yeah.
The sad thing is that was a small group of the people.
Yep.
Small group of the people. Most of the people just lost themselves in it. Most of the people ran themselves into ideologies, ran themselves into extreme type of thinking that now they cannot ever think their way out of this stuff. Where they think dressing or what is it that they said? Oh, being a messy girl is the only way to be the future. Because for like whores, they say, oh, she's such a mess. She's such a mess. Instead of saying whore, they say mess.
Ugh.
पहने तो है ना. You will tell me what to wear. सुन मेरी बात. It's my choice.
पति हो घर पे बाहर नहीं.
What do you mean your
जब
husband
अमेरिकी
at home,
सिद्धांतों
not
को भारतीय
outside?
संस्कृति
She said you can tell me what to wear, your husband at home, not outside.
Okay.
Okay.
पर जबरन लागू किया जाता है तो विकृतियां पैदा होती हैं। 2021 से 2024 के ट्रेंडिंग उदाहरणों में हमने ये साफ देखा।
Yeah, lots of concerts, women drinking in
Yeah.
public.
होली
And,
को उत्पीड़न का त्योहार कहा गया।
होली के जितना घिनौना त्योहार कोई नहीं है।
well, that is
Karwa
true in
Chauth
some
ko-
cases. Okay, so in Holi, they basically they can throw colors at everyone and anyone, and you're not supposed to be offended by it.
I'd be
I
pissed.
personally never liked the fact that anybody could throw color at me, so I stayed at home for most of the time.
Well, you stayed home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so it's not like people are forcing you to go out of your way to celebrate it. If you don't agree with something and you don't feel comfortable with it, just don't do it. But like a lot of women, they like to go out, they like to play with the guys, and the guys are a little drunk or they're on or high or something, and that there are like several molestation cases.
Yeah, of course. The
At that
big
time,
events.
and it's a crowded place. And
that happens
like,
everywhere in the
like
world. There's a massive event.
I don't want to say you're a free game at that point, but when you're in a crowded space like that, where people are hyperactive and anybody's touching anybody, why would you put yourself in that situation, knowing what could happen?
Especially going away
Like,
from
I never
friends and
felt
family.
comfortable, and like, yeah, if you're with family and friends, that's a different thing. But you're going to a completely out of your way to go in a completely different place just to celebrate something that you could just celebrate at home.
Yeah, it's the same thing kind of here, where women will go to parties alone, get absolutely wasted, end up waking in bed next to somebody, and then accuse that person of taking advantage of them.
Like, they didn't force you to go there. They didn't
Yeah,
force you
yeah.
to drink. They
but
didn't force
but
you
the
to
man,
pass out.
the man ends up being put on a register for the rest of his life and always being watched and being known as a sexual predator because a drunk woman made passes at him.
Yeah.
And he was probably drunk himself. So couldn't he say the same thing about her? But no, it only goes one way. It only goes one way.
Yeah, but it's that's the thing that I never understood, the fact that people get upset at women for like the holy whatever cases that happen, but at the same time they put themselves in that spot. I don't really know who to defend at that point.
Again, like I don't want to be cruel towards like India, because it's always a small minority of the group that does something so heinous. But again, like I studied filmmaking. I studied I know when I'm seeing a propaganda film, when something's supposed to be pushed. When I see things like Toxic, Animal, Kabir Singh, it's only making things worse. It's only making things worse.
Those things.
Because now guys will go out thinking it's no big deal. Everyone else does it. And then I'll see another movie where it has like basically a blind man whose blind wife is taken advantage of. And it's just, there were so many points, especially in Indian cinema, where I see it more than anywhere else.
Oh, Kabil movie?
Kabil?
Yeah, where the
Was that
Hrithik Roshan movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the blind.
So you've seen Yami Gautam in that. She was the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
Okay.
just it's so disgusting. But the thing is, that subtly tells people that it's no big deal. Everyone does it. You don't see that type of heinous act often in like Hollywood films. And when it's done, it's like ridiculed and shamed, and it's supposed to be done in a way to where people are like, that's just disgusting. When I see it in like Indian cinema, it's done in a way where it's kind of glorified. Like what's that cop film that's making a third one right now? The Mardani
Mardani?
2.
Yeah.
Hated it because it constantly tries to push this type of narrative, and when that constantly gets pushed into young minds, they start to easily feel like, oh, I'm not the only one who's going to do something like this. And then he ends up in a friend group where one person will do something and he's like, well, I might as well join. I'm not going to be the only one doing something. Yeah, but it's best to try and stay away from things if you feel uncomfortable. It's best to try to keep yourself safe. And
Yeah. Because people don't matter. If your friends are like, oh, if you're not going to come with us, we're not going to be your friends anymore, then
Like, sure.
it's just better not to have them as friends.
Yeah, just like if a guy is going out with a bunch of guys who just want to drink and touch girls, it's just like, don't be friends with them.
Yeah, because I remember in one Holi, like it was in hostel and there was the girls, but I never liked being, around that kind of thing. So I was just in my room, and then she was like, "Oh, your mother's calling," because I didn't have my phone with me at that point, and she kept insisting, and I knew what was gonna happen, but it was just like she kept bugging me, and I opened the door, and she just threw that thing at me, and I just yelled at her because I did not like that kind of thing, and she was like, "Oh, you're such a spoiled sport." I'm like, whatever, and I never talked with that girl again.
Yeah, I don't like things being thrown at me.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Kashmir Files, it's not freedom of speech, it's propaganda by the woke left. Wait,
What?
is the Kashmir Files propaganda?
No, it's not. It's history.
Yeah, that
basically
actually happened.
Well, and the thing is, they actually made it look more humane than it actually was at that time.
you would know. You'd
Yeah.
have firsthand stories of the whole thing.
Yeah. So I don't know what propaganda it would give, except tell the reality of the place.
Yeah, yeah.
Patriarchal fasting.
What are you putting karma chauth for? You are sustaining the patriarchal society. You are fasting for a husband.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. When it came to this, I was the one saying this stuff to my wife. It was like, why the heck are you fasting? Why? What purpose does it serve? I don't want you starving. Well, I'm doing it for your health. What about your health? What about your well-being? So I could actually, I'm in agreement here. I'm absolutely in agreement here.
No. What do you mean?
See?
Who is probably
So you're saying if there was a fasting like that where husbands would keep a fast for their wife, you wouldn't keep it?
Absolutely not.
What?
I'm not going to risk my
What?
health. I'm not going to risk my health. I'm going to. Well, what's funny is I could have no problem
I think we should
eating.
have had this conversation before getting married.
The funny thing is, I'd have no problem not eating for like a day or two.
I know.
हमारी संस्कृति
I'd just
Yeah.
be like,
नमनकारी
So
I'll
it
get
wouldn't
water.
be a big deal for
और
you.
रामायण को स्त्री विरोधी महाकाव्य.
sheesh.
ये आलोचना नहीं है. ये बड़े पैमाने पर नैतिकता की नई परिभाषा है. क्योंकि प्लेटफॉर्म्स इस तरीके के आक्रोश को
It's a show.
बढ़ावा
It's
देते
called
हैं.
4 More Shots, and it's based on the most shittiest characters you
Yeah,
can ever.
this was on that other thing. The
The Made in Heaven.
no, the toxic feminism.
Yeah.
Yeah, nonsense. It's freaking disgusting.
मेटा के अपने शोध बताते हैं कि नकारात्मक और भावनात्मक कंटेंट को 3 से 5 गुना अधिक एंगेजमेंट मिलता है.
These are platforms that are shaping an entire generation.
Of course, Facebook. Honestly, if so, Instagram was designed by a private party.
Yeah.
And when it was privately owned, it was introduced in India. As soon as it was in India, it was bought out by Facebook.
Yeah.
And then there was no stopping
And
it
even
from there.
WhatsApp is
Yep.
like with Facebook
WhatsApp
now.
is now
Yeah.
owned by Facebook. The funny thing is if Instagram and WhatsApp and everything was owned by Facebook originally, it would never be allowed in India. Just like TikTok, the way TikTok was completely
Yeah.
removed.
It's banned.
Because social media is absolute poison, especially those kind of scroll bait traps.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible places. Terrible places. They sell
There was
people
actually
lives and-
like this, I wouldn't say war, but like war-ish going on between YouTubers and TikTokers, where TikTokers would make fun of the YouTubers and then YouTubers would make video about them, and then the TikTokers would retaliate, and then when it got banned, YouTubers made this huge thing about it was funny.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's just like Facebook is a terrible platform.
They've already caused more harm than good, and the question now is not what they knew.
भारत में वोक राजनीतिक कंटेंट तटस्थ सांस्कृतिक कंटेंट से कहीं तेज फैलता है. यहां तक कि बहुत से OTT
They should ban these doom scrolling feature. No, the thing is, what needs to happen is while you're scrolling, there has to be like a mandatory educational ad. Whether it's a fact about history, whether it's a fact about mathematics, whether it could be like a 10 to 60 second ad.
But the thing is, it's based on the algorithm,
Yeah,
so
but that's what I mean. It should lock people in a screen. You know how you're playing a game on your phone?
Yeah.
And then you're stuck staring. It needs to have stuff like that.
in the Wuthering Heights or Waves, whatever the game is called, after when I first installed it, I played for like 5-6 hours straight, and then it gave me a notification on it. Oh, you've been playing this game for more than 4 hours. You should keep the phone down and relax for
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit and all that. I'm like,
Because you
what
got
do you
lost
mean?
in it. Yeah. Because that's the thing. TikTok in China is educational. It's primarily promoting its government, primarily promoting its military,
And
primarily
educational
promoting
stuff on
education.
it.
Yeah.
People are learning things from it.
Yeah. The BS content on it is completely removed.
प्लेटफॉर्म भी इसी प्रक्रिया में हमारी मेंटल कंडीशनिंग कर रहे हैं.
कभी कभी लगता है कि अपन ही भगवान है.
I don't think you've seen that
कास्ट
movie.
प्रिविलेजेस की पोस्ट को हमारे इंडियन हेरिटेज की पोस्ट से ज्यादा बढ़ावा मिलता है। भारतीय ह्यूमैनिटीज के अधिकांश छात्र वोक यूएस
Play away.
सेंटर्ड एक्टिविस्ट पेज फॉलो करते हैं।
Hi,
Yep.
I'm Angel, and I'm gender fluid. Sometimes I feel like a boy, sometimes like a girl, sometimes like both, and sometimes like neither.
ये कोई संयोग नहीं है, ये इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर
Yeah, and the funny thing is, they're like in the children cartoon, they're introducing non-binary ponies. Oh, I don't identify as anything. Like a pony is talking about it, and probably like a 2-3-year-old kid is watching it, and they have like the books about all these things, and
Yeah.
the videos and everything. It's just so stupid.
They always target the kids.
Yeah.
They always target the kids, which is why it's going to make the next. Again, I've said it. In 5 to 10 years, India is going to be ruined by, I guess, Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
Oh, I hit that.
नैरेटिव शेपिंग है। अब आपको समझना होगा कि वे ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं। भारत के पास दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी युवा जनसंख्या है।
Yep.
5 to 10
दुनिया की
years.
सबसे प्राचीन जीवित सभ्यता भी है। यही संयोजन इन वैचारिक इंपोर्टर्स को भयभीत करता है। भारत में 40 करोड़ से अधिक युवा ऑनलाइन है। 85% युवा 30 सेकंड से कम का शॉर्ट फॉर्म कंटेंट
Short form content is like the worst. Is like the worst.
The only short form content that I like are the cooking videos. Where they're like, oh, easy way to make Szechuan fried rice, easy way to make creamy pasta. And I'm like, oh, show me.
Yeah. Like,
So every time I open my YouTube, I have like shorts. You've seen them.
yeah. Like I've always preferred long form content because I feel like I learn more during it, and it's not like a fast facts type thing. What's your view on the global level racism towards India? Is everything that bad? Or is it amplified image? It's an amplified image. Again, the majority of it is done by people. First of all, like let's say if I created a hate video on India, I'd be a millionaire overnight. That's just a fact. I'd be a millionaire overnight because you have hate views. You have the rewatches, you have misleading information that gets other people to be uninformed of things. So it's all rage baiting, and that works for about 3 to 5 years before that kind of rage bait content can no longer work. So a lot of it is amplified just because they want views. So they'll make a hate video on the most populous society, and you can't make it on China because China doesn't have access to the World Wide Web. China's basically has its own personal contained network. So who are you going to make it about? Well, what's the biggest population on the planet? It's India. So if there's 1.2 billion Indians and you make a hate video on Indians and just 1% watch it, that's 1 million views.
Yep.
Which pushes it in YouTube's algorithm, and every algorithm, which guess what, will get rewatches, will make people in other parts of the world watch the video because it's like, oh, why is this video so popular? So it's blown out of context because a lot of these people just want money. That's the truth of it. They just want money. You know, I'm actually talking myself into it. I might need to make a hate video.
What are you talking about? Sagar's Kitchen? No. I don't think I've seen it. But I'm also experimenting with things. You know, I made gajrela the other day, and that was my first time making it. But yeah, how was it?
It was good. It was good.
What do you mean good? Explain a little bit.
What do you mean explain a little bit?
What about the taste and everything?
I don't know how to explain taste. I'm white. Come on.
Ugh.
It was sweet.
Okay.
It was sweet. And again, I like sweetness. I really like sweet things. I think it could have been a little smoother.
What do you mean smoother? That's how it's supposed to be. They're carrots.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's not supposed to be mushy.
Well, I didn't
And
have
there
it.
were nuts in it.
I didn't have it when it was first made. I had to reheat the whole thing, so the texture changed.
Yeah, but his father liked it.
70%
Yes.
मानते हैं कि पश्चिमी विचार उन्हें आधुनिक लगते हैं।
ये वन नाइट स्टैंड हमारी संस्कृति के खिलाफ है as per
Yeah,
those
thank
people
you,
जो
Ajay.
judge करते हैं।
ऑर्थोडॉक्स पीपल के लिए है बट आज की जनरेशन के लिए आई डोंट थिंक सो
Why would you like to settle abroad?
बिकॉज़ इट्स अ बेटर लाइफस्टाइल लाइक हियर इज टू मच पोल्यूशन
यही मेंटल कॉलोनाइजेशन है, विदेशी सोच को कूल बना देना और स्वदेशी मूल्यों को क्रिंज।
ना पुरानी सोच वाले रूढ़िवादी सोच वाले बुड्ढों को ना अपनी ड्रेसिंग सेंस से ट्रिगर करने में बड़े मजे आते हैं।
ये अपने आप को कूल दिखाने के चक्कर में फूल बनते जा रहे हैं और नस्ल की नस्ल खराब कर रहे हैं।
ये मकौले 2.0 है।
मैकाले ने भारत को अपनी जड़ों से उखाड़ने के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा अभियान शुरू किया। हमारी कला संस्कृति को, हमारी पूरी जीवन शैली को ही कूड़ेदान में फेंक दिया।
और इसी तरह एक नई परंपरा उभरती है, भारतीय चेहरे लेकिन सोच और ढांचा विदेशी। वे परंपराओं के दर्शन को बिना समझे उनका मजाक उड़ाते हैं।
और यूपी कोई भी साल जाओगे ना तो एक आदमी चिल्ला रहा है मंदिर यहाँ
There is no Hindu god of height. What good is it having all these extra arms if you can't reach anything?
गणेश की।
Yeah. I've never understood people who use religion as a comedy.
Well, that's the only reason how they can get famous, because they're Indian, they're immigrants, and they make fun of
their own religion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always seen as disrespectful. Like I've seen people who do like comedy on like the Christianity. Like I understand the jokes where they make fun of like like Catholic mass. It's still going on because those things last for like hours on end. Like I can understand that because they're very long-winded. But when you actually start making fun of the like actual key moments of faith, it's no longer funny. It's disrespectful at that point.
Yep.
But then again, it's should be allowed, but at the same time, if you're introducing
like every now and then is okay, but to make it your entire personality is...
No, the thing is, it should only be done in like the temples. It should those
What do you
jokes
mean, in
should,
temples?
Those jokes should only be said to those who would understand them. Though that should never go outside to other religions. They should never make jokes about a faith to another religion. It just seems so disrespectful.
That's true.
Like I remember going, because I worked at a church once before. I remember going to a camp or something, and the comedian there made jokes about like songs, religious, like kids songs growing up. He played like a tune from everyone, and there was like and it was absolutely hilarious because everyone responded the same way. He was making jokes about like Mormons, Catholics, Christians, because they all kind of fall. They all somewhat follow the same thing. And it's just like, but it was hilarious. It was hilarious. But that's the thing. Everyone there was in on the joke. But if that comedian went somewhere else, it would be disrespectful.
Temple is a place to worship and pray. They don't have, like, you've seen temples. They're not like churches where there's just a stage and people are talking and there's like chairs for people to sit.
Yeah, you just walk through.
Yeah, you just go there, you do your thing, and then you come
walk out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when it comes to like, you need to be self-aware about your own religion, and I think that's where it's good to laugh about it, but you don't take it outside and make fun of it to the wider world.
Yeah.
You just don't. That's incredibly disrespectful because
I think it's the same thing with like men disrespecting their wives when they're out in public parties and stuff like that. Because when you start doing that, you're kind of validating if other people insult her too, because you open the gate. So it's the same with the religion and the religious jokes. Because when you start making jokes about it to other communities, it kind of opens the gate for them to do the same.
For other communities to make fun of it.
Yeah.
Jokes can be fine on anything religion related as long as it is with intent to make laugh, not an intent to be political, disrespectful, etc. Yeah. But the thing is, it becomes disrespectful. Like, let's say if I went to a comedy show and then they were doing nothing but like Hindu jokes jokes on like Hinduism.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be in on the joke. I would just be seeing someone make fun of the text without understanding the text myself. So in the end, that's pushing a narrative that you don't need to take this stuff seriously.
Yeah.
It should be only for. So I could understand those comedy routines done to like kids groups who are little Hindus. It'd be funny for them. They'd get a laugh. They'd learn something, and it'd just be a
there
small
are
little joke moment.
kids movies that have like gods in them, like animated movies, and they have like funny scenes in them and everything. But if the same thing was being watched by a person of different religion, they would automatically assume that this is how the person is being portrayed. So maybe this is how it's supposed to be, and then then they'll make fun of the thing. But whatever, let's watch.
पहली प्लास्टिक सर्जरी आपने करी है, इंडिया में हुई है, तो ठीक से तो कर लेते। इसको देख के तो यही लगता है कि गांजा फूंक के नहीं करना चाहिए सर।
स्थानीय
So he's making fun of the first rhinoplasty that was ever done, because it was done in India.
Yeah.
And he's making fun of it and be like, "Oh, you should have done a better job at it." I'm like, "Screw you! You're a comedian you do comedy for a living."
Well, sure, comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy. That wasn't funny, but comedy.
विदेशी सिद्धांत थोपते हैं और पश्चिमी स्वीकृति को अंतिम सत्य मानते हैं। वे संस्कृति को नष्ट नहीं करते, वे आपको उससे काट देते हैं।
मेरा नाम किसी की मस्जिद तोड़ के ऐसे मंदिर में नहीं बस सकता।
राम मंदिर और मस्जिद दोनों वालों से पूछ लो, और अगर दोनों की सहमति हो तो वहाँ एक अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी बनवा दो।
40% यूपी के पास बाथरूम नहीं है। इतना प्रसाद खिलाओगे तो छोड़ेंगे कब?
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, गौमूत्र पी लो।
All these misguided
it said village urine. He said gomutra, which is like cow urine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was subtitle thingy.
Okay.
In all these various universities, JNU, especially in the humanities departments, they are all exposed to this new woke religion by these follow the Marx.
I like how he called it a religion.
It's basically a religion.
It is. It's a cult mindset. That woke cult mindset, like trying to speak to someone who's been indoctrinated into that mindset is like talking to a cultist. They will not see rational thought anymore.
It's just ideology. It's all about destroying Hinduism, and it's going to become a bigger and bigger problem in India.
समर्थ गुरु रामदास ने लिखा था, दुष्चित नसावे, क्योंकि विकृत बुद्धि ही हार का पहला कारण होती है। और वोकनेस ये पुराने कॉलोनाइजेशन का एक नया एडिशन है, जो शर्म, हैशटैग और एल्गोरिथम दबाव से काम करता है। और इसी कारण ये श्रृंखला अस्तित्व में है। अखंड सावधान रहिए, क्योंकि अगला आक्रमण आपकी सीमाओं पर नहीं होगा, वो आपके मन मस्तिष्क पर होगा।
I like that quote.
That was a nice video.
Yes.
Thank you for that recommendation. I think it was Ajay.
Yeah, that was Ajay.
Yeah,
that was Ajay.
Thank you.
That's apparently like a series. That was episode 1. Yeah, seems like a lot of that stuff. It is crazy how insane it is. It's such a toxic mindset. It is such a toxic mindset, but some people are just lost. Some people are just lost, and there's no redeeming them at that point.
You guys got a video? What's so bad?
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.